Hello, friends. Welcome to another fun install. That is a big fly that's just out of my window. Sorry. Welcome to another fun installment of Between the Pros from Vibe Tribe Productions. My name is Finn. I'm going to be your dungeon deity for this adventure. Wow, Connor, way to mute yourself.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was muted. That's my bad. I'm so sorry.
Well, now let's introduce our players. Connor gets to go first.
But I just took a bite of soup. Hello, everyone. I'm Connor. I have soup that my wife made last night. It's very good. I am playing Love, the Tiefling Fey Wanderer Ranger, and I'm very excited for a happy, fun, awesome time. Yeah.
Somebody else gets to go.
Hey, I'm Eric, otherwise known as Dungeon Master Eric on every other program. I am playing Quill, your half-elven lore bard who is not horny. I know,
Break
so
them
weird.
stereotypes.
Oh, we still go.
He is very good at finding traps. I can break down doors. Um, and I can sit here and keep hitting you repeatedly with 4 points of psychic damage around, apparently. I don't know how I rolled that many fours. And while I could have hit somebody with my sword to do more damage, it was in my other coat.
All right, I'm Dan. I play. Oh, sorry. You want to go back, Swiss?
No, you go first.
Okay. I'm Dan. I'm playing Mordow. Well, technically now, Sir Mordow of Clan Viento, Kingslayer, Queenmaker. And he can also detect traps as long as his components line up where he has a companion nearby. And he can also open doors as long as there's a companion nearby. But aside from that, he just likes punching things and seeing what happens. And also breaking cycles of trauma and also just in general patriarchy, things like that, making things all equal and hunky dory.
I am Maximus playing Kunda, the episode. Just thinking, am I more racist than Mordau?
That I feel like that's got to be my favorite tagline so far.
100%. Because that's not even in Mordau's head. So if you're questioning if you're racist, that's one of those things you got to take home.
Only because
I'm
one
like,
NPC
yes.
called Mordau racist.
Which was clearly just came out of nowhere.
Listen,
I don't know you, ma'am.
Cam's gonna do what Cam wants to do, and that's just all there is to do about Chamomile achievement. My rotten soldier. All right. So, on our last adventure, we finished up our first book story. We found out that it was the story of Allura Lera, commonly known as the Donkey Skin Girl. Our party was able to handedly kill her incestuous father, put her on the throne, and then they found themselves exiting the story quite quickly. They were taken back to Farfany, where Laura Lee was standing over them, waiting for them to wake up. Laura Lee invited everyone to take a rest at in the compound with her, and as dinner was being made and set out for everyone to relax around the dining table, another quake was felt. And that is where you all pick up. I will also mention before I throw the reins over to you guys, I did say that you could level up, but the condition is that you must partake in a long rest for that to take effect. That being said, the floor is yours, and we can go with whatever you'd like. I lied. I have one more thing to say. There are 2 glowing books. It is an ocean blue book and a pink book. And I told y'all this off camera, but just for transparency for any viewers, the party is able to go back and forth between Farfany and Candlekeep to talk to NPCs, go to bars and shop and what have you, in between adventures. And your turn.
One thing to clarify, though, we did establish that going in between transportations is a long rest, right?
That's correct, and I was waiting for somebody to fact check me on that, and so
Okay,
Dan gets another
okay.
point of inspiration, and you guys can also
Oh,
plug
yeah.
it up because Dan brought it up.
Into the pool.
Mhm.
One other quick point of clarification,
Mhm.
because maybe it's my brain, maybe it's not. But we determined that
totally.
the amount of time that we were out for was about like
Minutes.
45-ish minutes.
It's about 45 minutes, yeah.
Okay, fantastic. It is not an instantaneous whoop, whoop thing.
Mm.
Cool. That was a crazy quake, guys. Did you feel that, or was that just me?
I definitely felt that.
Yeah, there's some stuff going on. Are we gonna jump into another one of these books to fix some stuff, or are we gonna go talk to that help desk lady?
What help desk lady? Laura Lee says, "Hi, Puff," on camera.
She wants my cookie.
There's this lady that Love was having trouble asking questions about whenever we first showed up at Candlekeep, and she's on this piece of paper that we brought out of that book.
Wait, you were able to take something out of the book?
Yeah, we took a bunch of money. Do you want some of it for money out here? No, wait, no, I'm testing something. No, I gotta keep that stuff. We're gonna see if we can
Okay.
bring things in there that's paper and see if it turns into things.
Ooh.
Wait a second.
Kunal
Quill,
will show the ring
how good
that
of
he
a-
got. Ring of shooting stars. I'm like, so not.
Mhm.
Mordell just starts drawing on a piece of paper.
I'm gonna check in with that in a second. Quendar, you show Laura Lee the ring that you received.
Yep.
She looks at it and she goes, "Oh, that's pretty. Ooh, you found that in the book?
Yes.
You were able to bring
That
that
was
out of
me.
the book? Wow, that's so cool. I didn't think that you could bring anything out of the book. I thought it would all just stay in there. Wow, that must be a pretty magical item."
Laura Lee,
Yeah.
have you said that you've never gone in the book before?
Well, I didn't really much take for the transportation from Candlekeep to here, so I figured that it would kind of be like the same kind of like motion sicknessy thing, and I really just did not feel good after that. So
That's
I
fair.
never really wanted to go into the books.
Yeah,
100%.
I get that. Has anyone gone in the book since, like, you've been here, or are you only hearing stories from, like, before?
Oh, no, I've only just heard stories from before, and I've read the logs about the different the books and like before everything started kind of like falling to pieces. But I've been alone for 30 years. Remember, Love?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
remember. I was just,
I've only had the rats, and the rats don't know how to read, so they
I-
can't go in the book.
yeah, I know, I get that. Well, because we found some evidence that might show that somebody somebody might have gone through the book, but we just don't know when that would have been. And so I was just kind of curious to timeline of events since you've been here watching everyone, what that what you've seen, so that way we can corroborate that evidence when we go, wherever and investigate further, elsewhere.
What do you mean somebody has gone into the books?
And Love kind of like, around the collar and looks at the others, and does a little shrug of should we tell Laura about, the picture
I
that we
mean,
found?
she's been here
The-
for 30 years. I don't think this is a long con. We saved her
uh,
from ghosts.
Yeah, no, you're right. So we found this picture in here, and it bears a striking resemblance to the help desk person back at Candlekeep, and that seems a little, not necessarily suspicious, but definitely like a lead that maybe we want to investigate or check into. And that, if like the books were open and people had been coming and going, I'd be a lot more like, oh, well, that's just someone leaving their name somewhere. But if it's no one's been here for 30 years, that seems a little unusual. I mean, more unusual given the circumstances.
Unless that thing that like evidence has been inside the book for, before I came here. Because there were other people before me. I just happened to be the last one.
Right. So that's what makes me think of, what's the timeline? What's the order of operations here? And then how can we kind of backtrack that and, corroborate alibis and check and see and kind of build a timeline, and we can investigate further. That's all I'm thinking of, Yeah.
Trying to paint a picture.
Yeah, a picture. That's Thank you. Thank you, Mordau. That's it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you can. I may not be much help. I can try and show you the log books of everybody who's been here since I've been here, and then since before I was here. But if you want to ask, I guess Jozu, he might be able to help also.
Oh, could I see the logbook and kind of write down kind of the, just copy it, not take it, but just make some notes for myself in my little adventure journal?
Oh, I can't permit you to take any copies of the information in any of the books. Any written copies, that is. You can read them. But I can show you the log books.
Sure. Yeah, I would appreciate that if you don't mind.
Yeah,
Morley,
sure.
we saved you from ghosts. Maybe it'd be okay with policy for you to let us make sure that we get every detail right.
I won't
So-
hide any information from you. I just can't let you copy any of the information down because that's what the rules from Candlekeep are.
So what if we just read a little bit of it and then go away, and then read a little bit and go away? So we're not technically just copying the stuff. You'd be okay with that, right?
Well, yeah, you could also just read it all in one setting if you want.
Well, I mean that's a little bit harder to gather information and not copy, because we're not going to be copying it.
Right,
Yeah.
Mordell, I think I know a way that we could appease everyone in this situation. Love, do you have a pen handy?
Okay.
I do. I have a bottle of ink and a quill. Does that work?
Fantastic.
She
Cool.
just
I
said
will
we
hand
can't
that over.
copy it.
I just start reading the book aloud.
You're doing shit. I know you are.
A slow, even timbre. That way, if someone were to copy my words,
Yeah, he's a bit of a vocal listener. He's got to read the stuff out.
Oh yeah, I know about the different learning styles. There's visual, there's auditory, and then there's the kind where you just have to do it yourself.
Yep, exactly.
Love stops like halfway through the first name and goes, Am I breaking the rules? Is this against?
Love, no, you know you're not. You're fine. You're fine.
Takes the page out, stuffs
You're
the
writing
purple
something
book bag,
completely different. Don't worry about
rolls
it,
it up,
Lorelei.
eats it, and you're
No,
Ah.
no,
no.
you're not breaking any rules.
I like it. It was clever, but I won't be party to this. And just to prove it, I'm gonna take my quill and my ink bottle, and I'm gonna put them right here, away from both of my hands. And Love just backs up from the
I thought you were
whole
gonna
thing.
say you were gonna eat those too.
No, those are useful later.
I'm gonna be drawing something. I've been drawing something, but so I'm gonna keep on drawing. You guys just keep on doing whatever. Quill, what were you saying? It's nice to have some background music while I'm background white noise as I'm writing, as I'm drawing.
Some lo-fi beats to draw to.
Before I start reading again, I ask Love, that didn't look like it tasted very good. Here, have a sip of that to wash it down.
Oh,
It's fine,
okay,
dude.
thank you. I'll take a sip.
Yeah, that's
Those are
alcohol. You're not
cheap.
supposed to have that either.
Blah, 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 blah. Love does not know what to do.
I just got such a perfect image of one of the cats after I have to give them an oral medication. They just go yum 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 yum.
Blah, 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 blah.
Quill, what book are you reading?
This is the logbook.
Oh. She hadn't given it to you yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry, I've kind of fast forwarded in my head.
It's fine. Laura Lee scampers off to an unknown part of Farfany and then returns a few moments later carrying a giant book with a giant tree on the front of it and sets it on the table in front of you. And she says, "This is the logbook."
Thanks.
Because of the tree. Yeah.
Because it has a
Very
tree
funny.
on it. Yeah.
Oh, funny.
The rats don't think it's funny, but I think it's funny, and that's what matters.
Oh, Buck, get out of here. He's
That was
there-
big enough to pick up on camera. That was terrifying.
Texas. Everything's bigger here.
Are there any rats nearby? Like, have we seen any rats this entire time?
Do you want to go look for the rats?
Yeah, actually, I think while these shenanigans are going and while I'm trying to get the alcohol taste out of my mouth, Love is gonna go and overhear this and kind of do a hunt for the rats.
Okay. Where's Love gonna go look for the rats at?
Are we in this open common area where the tree is and the pedestals are?
You are wherever you want to be.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go where the food is to start.
Which one?
Probably this. I'll go in the storeroom. Yeah, over there. That's where.
Okay.
Whap.
All right. You are in the storeroom. Roll investigation for me.
Investigation with my new feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Whee. I took the skill expert feat for anyone who's playing along at home.
Oh, that's right. Now you're expert in.
I'm not.
investigation.
It doesn't help. I only have a +6 to it because my intelligence is not so high.
That's
But
still
that's a
okay.
13.
Okay. With a 13, you are looking amongst all of the different barrels and shelves, and you can also roll Arcana if you'd like at advantage.
Always at advantage.
At advantage.
A 12.
With a 12, you can sense that there is some kind of magic placed on the food in the storeroom where it is spelled to have a slower rate of decay and spoil. Since it's
Interesting.
really just Laura Lee here, this allows her to be able to eat more and use up more of these items before they go bad and they need to be thrown away. But with your investigation check, you find a few instances of mice or rats being present. You find a few chewed open bags full of grains. You see a wheel of cheese that has kind of been gnawed into, but you don't see any kind of evidence of rats beyond that.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Okay, I think I'm gonna stay in here and investigate a little bit more, but you can come back to me because I'm gonna formulate a plan, I think. Thank you.
Okay, just let me know when you have ideas. Anybody else?
Have I come across anything in the logbook?
You have found a lot of names. Um, there are. It's kind of like a hotel logbook, so there are like 2 columns. There is a proverbial check-in, check-out kind of date, um, and all of that. And I'm pulling up a fantasy name generator in case
That's
you
right.
ask me questions.
Because Love was so insistent to not break the rules, I'm going to cast a message and just
Mhm.
keep reading the book and sending the names to them.
Okay. You can tell by the dates next to the names that the earliest record in this book was from about 60 years ago. But if you continue to flip through the pages, um, time starts to get closer to this current date. But those names also get uh, sparser and sparser. Like there are bigger gaps between when this person came here and then subsequently left, and then this next person came. Um, there are 4 names in total that predate your 4 names, which your names are currently in the logbook with the date that you arrived, which was today, and the checkout date is left blank.
And what was the date that the first quake happened?
The first quake was about 6 months ago, which
So I want to focus on all the names within the past year.
okay. There are
I want to focus on anybody specifically who has been here repeatedly or only once.
there are 2 names that show up repeatedly over the past year total. It is Jozu Cherry Mouse and Zenoa Elren. And Elren is Elren. Zenoa is Zinnoa.
Zon.
I will message because there is.
Oh, I'm writing it last name first.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I did spell her last name before I spelled her first name, so that was my B.
All right, so those are the 2,
hmm
and you said those have been here often.
Jozu is the only one who has been here um, repeatedly. Zenoa has only been here once.
Is Love within 120 feet?
I would say so.
Love, you got a lead.
Ah! Love says. This message coming out of nowhere.
Roll perception.
Me?
Mhm.
Perception. Okay.
Mhm.
A 27. My dice showed
With a
up.
With a 27, you hear a squeak and you hear a fumble and you hear a loud smack on the stone floor from behind a shelf.
I'm gonna go for that immediately to trap.
Okay. What do you do to try and find this little scamp?
Sorry, I should have done this earlier. Okay. I hear the squeak, right?
Mhm.
What I'm gonna do is come down in like a combat crouch, and I'm gonna do like a. It's almost like a Last Airbender style, like full movement, like to prep for bending, and I'm gonna
Okay.
cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Oh god, okay. Alright.
And then as I imagine this, tiefling with horns and everything slowly creeps up on the shelf, I'm going to start whispering, "Hey, little fella, it's okay. I'm here and I just want to talk, and I'll get you some nice peanut butter. Fantasy peanut butter. If
You
you just
fucking
want to."
say fantasy peanut butter? And a fat ass rat just scurries out from the shelf and just kind of lands like that cat that comes in from the snow, just
Bump. Yep.
beefed up.
Yeah. So love is going to a little bit, more than just a little bit. Go like, "Hey, yeah, peanut butter. I'm sure it's up here anyway. Hey, I have questions for you. You talk to me, I'll get you some peanut butter. How about that?
Where the fuck's my peanut butter?
Somewhere up here."
What do you want?
Okay, I want to know some things. Have you guys been playing pranks on the elf over there?
No,
Okay, I'll believe you. Uh, Question number 2. We're gonna treat this.
not
Hey,
recently anyway.
okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm talking like recent, right? So here's my thoughts, right? We're gonna treat this like, I don't know if you know this, but there's a spell called Speak with Dead. So I'm gonna ask you 5 questions, okay? And then that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
Speak
We're
with
only at 1.
animals just lets you talk to animals for the
Yeah,
duration. You don't have to
I
ask me
know
just
that,
5 questions,
but I'm
but you gotta
trying to
pay
make it
up the
interesting.
fantasy peanut butter after this.
Yeah. I'll get that for you.
Not if he
Okay.
does speak with dead after killing you. 'Cause he did say speak with dead.
I don't have Speak with Dead. Get out of my brain, Quill. Get out of here.
Is a voice in your head telling you to kill me? I'll let you know. I've been to Avernus and back. You can't kill me.
Whoa, this rat. Aw, what's your name, rat? I'm so
Fuck
sorry.
you
I'm
up,
Love. Sorry, what
fat
was your name?
rat friend.
Fat Rat Friend. That's your name?
That's my name, fat rat friend.
I love it. Okay, Fat Rat Friend. I'm Love. It's lovely to meet you. So, do you have any idea like what's been going on in here? Because we've got complaints about like these quakes and like all this shaking and the magic books going missing, and I'm just kind of curious. Like, have you noticed anything strange and weird, or is it all just like business as usual for you and your rat homies?
Lots of shit's weird in here.
Okay.
I'm able to just come back to this storeroom and take as much food as I want. There's no consequences. Usually there's consequences for a fat rat friend like me.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense. Does that do you feel like you're not being challenged to your full potential?
I made it through Avernus.
Yeah, but
That's
is it
enough
like
challenge for anybody.
right? Everybody's entitled to
I'm
their retirement.
retired.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
retired.
Yeah, I get it. I totally understand. Okay, so that's fantastic. So if this has just been like kind of business as normal, I guess for you in this place, do you have any concept of what this like cloistered area actually is, or are you just here on happenstance?
Room's a room.
Okay, I see. You know that there's more to just this room, around here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also a bedroom, there's a sitting room, there's a dining room, there's a bathhouse, there's a bigger bedroom, there's an office, there's a library downstairs, there's a library in like a weird portal away from here. Like, I know that. I got spatial awareness. I'm Fat Rat Friend.
Okay. All right. Cool, Fat Rat Friend. I'm so sorry. I know we're just getting to know each other, and I really want to count on you as a friend for the future. So, how about this? I'm gonna find you some of that fantasy peanut butter. I'm gonna give you some of that fantasy peanut butter, and then maybe the next time that like I want to talk to you, I'll just come in here and close the door. And then if you're available, maybe we just kind of come and hang out and kind of reconnect about this whole business that's going on here. Because I really don't want like your home here with this infinite storeroom to fall into the abyss below us, because that sounds bad.
Do you think just because I'm fat, I just exist in this storeroom full of food?
No, I assume that because you're a rat, not because of your size.
Speciesist.
Yeah, a little bit.
You
Okay.
know, my last handler would have never stood for that.
Oh, that's fantastic. Who was your last handler?
Miss that bitch.
It's an odd name, Miss That Bitch. Okay, cool.
That's
and-
not their name.
Oh, okay.
That's just what I call them.
Got it. Right. Okay.
Really, I just call them Mom.
Wow.
I got a tattoo of them.
Yeah. What does it look like?
Fat Rat Fred just like puts his arm over, and it's just that stereotypical heart with the ribbon that says Mom.
That's beautiful. I think that's amazing. That's so fantastic. Yeah, okay. So let's find you that peanut butter, I guess, and I'm gonna start looking in the shelves for fantasy peanut butter that I promised without checking beforehand.
Roll investigation at disadvantage.
A disadvantage?
At disadvantage.
Why do I have disadvantage?
Is
I
Quill
wonder-
still
fine.
reading
story
out all
reasons.
this stuff to me?
Oh yeah, message. I don't know if this is how message works, but message has been open this whole time. Oh shit! What am I
I
rolling?
like to imagine Murdow walking in and seeing a rat after we just fought a rat in a suit of armor, and he is high on. Like, walks in. Hey, love, I just wanted to. Oh my god, another rat!
Oh
Love,
my god, a bigger guy!
still speaking through rat language, just goes at Mordau.
Throws axe at the rat.
No! Fat Rat
I'll
Friend!
roll a dexterity saving throw for Fat Rat Friend. He got to
no.
17.
Okay, 17 against my attack roll.
Roll low.
I never thought I'd have to do a
Just an
stat block
attack
for
roll,
Fat
just
Rat.
strength roll, just a strength roll. Or athletics.
How would you like to kill this sweet?
No,
infant?
I'm not. I haven't even rolled it yet.
If you're using your axe, go ahead and just use your axe roll.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so you hit Fat Rat Friend with your axe.
Did I
Roll
just
damage.
Oh, love, you didn't even. I don't think you were in that room whenever we fought the giant suit of armor. These things control giant suits of armor.
The fuck you mean?
Wait, it's not dead.
You haven't rolled damage yet.
10. Oh wait, I'm not raging.
Okay, only 8.
Only 8.
You did not kill Fat Rat Friend, because he's seen some shit, because he's been to Avernus and back.
So, so I haven't heard.
So, with my 23 investigation, do I find fantasy peanut butter?
You do find fantasy peanut butter.
Okay.
You find 3 jars of fantasy peanut butter. There is one creamy, one chunky, and one extra chunky with just full peanuts in there.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out the extra chunky, and I'm crying while speaking with animals. I'm gonna say, "Fat rat friend, don't give up on me. I'll get you fixed up right now." And I'm gonna
You think
use
8
that
damage
as
is enough
okay.
to kill me?
What's happening? Is this a
Not listening.
demon?
Love turns, tears streaming down her face, and like shouts, "Get out, Mordo! You don't know what you've done to my fat rat friend!" And then I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds. No, Healing Word. Excuse me, Healing Word.
All right.
And then there you go. What do I
If
roll?
that's what
A
you wanna
D4
do.
plus. I do. I'm gonna take a nap after this. It'll be fine.
Okay.
All right, I'll give.
Hang on.
I mean, we're gonna
Hold on.
teleport somewhere. We gotta
Everybody calm
go.
down. Spells mean nothing to me right now.
All right,
Everything
you
is
have
fat
your
rat.
time with your rat. I'll be in here. Closes the door. Gets his axe and closes the
Level
door.
1. All right, I'm gonna do six heals on this poor little boy. I'm gonna give him the full jar or the open jar of chunky peanut or of super chunk peanut butter. I'm gonna take the jar of chunky peanut butter in my pocket, and I'm gonna sit and cry with Fat Rat Friend and take myself out of this scene for a bit.
Before you do that, Fat Rat Friend goes, "Hey, who was that? I'm gonna eat his eyeballs as soon as you guys go to sleep."
Sure. I'll tell Mordau that you plan on eating his eyeballs. That way you can have, an epic titanic clash between the two of you. That's really befitting of someone of your station. I'm so sorry about this. I will never put you in danger again, Fat Rat Friend.
You're not half bad, love. Keep giving me peanut butter and you'll be fine. I'll tell the other rats not to fuck with you. They respect me.
Okay, I'm gonna spoon feed Fat Rat Friend fantasy peanut butter.
Just leave it on the floor. I'll get to it.
That's even worse. Close the door behind me and just go back.
Goes to Quell. He's like, I think Love's making a pact with some kind of a rat demon in there. We don't need to talk about it now. We should just note it.
The last time we had to deal with a rat, it was piloting a giant suit of armor.
It's real fucked up.
I'm gonna make a warlock, and Fat Rat Friend is gonna be the patron.
Do you need a pestilence warlock?
Hmm?
Do you need a pestilence warlock? I've got one.
It's all coming up rats. Where are we going? We're going to Candlekeep. We're going to one of these books. Because I drew something real cool. I want to see if it works.
Well, that's the thing. We have one piece of evidence, but one piece is speculatory. I think we need more.
2 books just glowed up. Things are shaking around here. More time we spend, more shaking. I don't want to see more rats coming out of holes. I threw an axe at that rat. I killed a king and a grown man in robes named Foreskin. Cleaved him straight through. And I didn't kill a rat when I threw an axe. Some buffoonery is happening here, and I do not like it.
Yes, I saw you circumcise the person, and then you kill the king.
I know, yep.
I think we should go into the book first.
All right, I picked the last one.
We have corroborating evidence. We can then take that back.
All right, who's picking the
and
next one?
In terms of which book we read, I say ladies first, and we go with the pink book.
I mean, that's a little subjective.
That's my entire logic between picking blue or pink.
I mean, pink is just a color. You can't just put really a gender on a color.
Love, you hear Fat Rat Friend goes, "Hey, somebody's being sexist out there."
Yeah, but pink
Look,
is a color
I
for
didn't-
everyone. Love
didn't
shouts
make-
without context.
I didn't make the stay.
I'm finding out a lot about you guys.
Yes,
Let's just jump into a book. Let's just kill
Love
things. How about
space.
that? Let's stick to killing things and not worrying about how people identify.
Quendar, thoughts?
Just
I say we go into another book.
which color though?
Flip a coin.
Yeah, that'll work.
Wait, are you done washing windows?
I've just been here.
Yeah, he's just been saying. He's
Yeah,
brooding.
you think I wash windows for a living?
Just because he
It's a
came
callback.
That's
back.
what I saw you doing at Candle Keep.
Yeah, I know that was like
I acquired that through some other thing, not washing windows.
it just so happened he was coming down from the side.
Do you want me to roll a D100, and depending on the roll, it's like we're going to pick above a certain thing. Pick one.
No D2.
Oh,
You could also just do
D2s do
even
not
dodge
exist.
D6.
Roll a D1 2 times.
Just roll a D6.
D6.
What was the other color?
It's ocean blue and it's pink.
So I got. Yeah, pink.
Before we go in though, let's read it. And then we read it out loud. That way we know what we're going into.
Oh, I like that. Does somebody want to read it, to themselves first?
I'll read it.
Cool.
you're up.
Perfect. Let me. No, I don't need to reply to that text just yet. So are you're reading the full story first?
Yep.
Cool. I kindly request you roll me a wisdom saving throw,
Okay.
please.
Oh, no spoilers. No spoilers, wisdom saving throw.
So.
Okay.
14.
You open the book and you start to flip through the pages. You can see that I will send you the opening monologue in just a moment.
Okay.
You can see some illustrations in these pages. You see a cliffside with a lighthouse that is illuminated by moonlight. You can see a girl with long flaxen hair looking out of one of the windows at that lighthouse. Further into the story, you see that same girl with shorter hair now walking in a forest by herself. Towards the very end, you see her standing in a ballroom by herself and she's crying. And one of the very last illustrations that you see is that same girl with shorn flaxen hair holding a torch in one of her hands, and she is backlit by a giant fire as she walks away from a burning building. And then the very last illustration you see is that girl standing at that lighthouse again, doing yard work outside. And her hair is
Okay.
still short. And
Did we just find the medieval script for Carrie?
Maximus, do you want me to send you the opening monologue for you to read?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm going to send it to you in a DM, and then you can put it in your journal if you'd like. There you go.
Give me a second. This is not allowing me to copy it into my thing, but I'll read it out. Anyway.
Okay.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who was trapped in a tower. Her hair grew long and wild and smelled of the best. Salty. See that her tower was built near. One night, a boy who was chased by wolves found the tower and begged for the girl to save him from his fate. The girl, who was warned by her caretakers to never allow strangers into her tower. I'm like, okay, now. Opened the door, let the boy into her tower, and waited with the boy until the wolves grew tired and went back into the forest. The boy, who was blinded since birth, okay, that's just, begged the girl to take him back to his home, as he was certain he would not make it through the forest by himself again. The girl, who had never left her tower before, agreed, and after much convincing from the boy, but only if he promised he would never tell another soul about her or her tower. The boy agreed, happy for the escort, but hid his crossed fingers behind his back as the two ventured into the moonlit night, hand in hand.
Perfect. As the story is read aloud, the four of you feel yourself sinking once again into the words, just as you had done with the previous story. You can smell strong sense of pine trees and fir trees, damp grass and damp earth, and you can smell and hear the crash of waves on a not too distant shore. As you open your eyes again, you are standing just in the tree line, uh, in the shadow of a great lighthouse. Um, you can see its light is extinguished up in the very top, and it is only being illuminated by the light of a full moon hanging in the sky. As you get your bearings, you can hear the snarling and the sniffing of wolves, and you can even possibly make out the whimpers of someone not too far off from you. And you are given this scene. If you look out past the tree line, you see that there are two very large wolves that are sniffing and scratching around the wooden door of a cottage that is placed right in front of the base of the lighthouse. What would you guys like to do?
Where are we on the map?
You are, I didn't place your tokens, but you're
Just choose a general area.
yeah, just
There?
like over
Okay.
here somewhere.
Mordau's immediately running towards the whimpering.
Perfect. Oh no. Will that do it? That's better than nothing. What's this layout? Nope, I don't like that one. We'll do that. Perfect. Mordo, as you approach the wolves that are snarling, one of them turns to look at you, and it sniffs the air and then hunkers slightly and starts to snarl at you, but it does not move from its spot.
Am I? How far am I? Like where I am on the map? Or
I would say since you said that you ran forward, you probably made it to this square.
okay. I'm gonna run the rest
somewhere
of the
in
way.
that
I'm gonna pick up one of those wolves and hit the other wolf with it.
Oh my god. Okay. Are you raging?
That is a good question. You know what? These wolves obviously are up to no good. I am gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
All right.
Bad dogs.
Nice.
Okay. I don't know what I expected to come out the gate with this. So I think we need to do a grapple check first, and then do a you can do an improvised weapon roll. Oop, I don't know why.
All right,
Ding,
grapple
ding.
check first. All right, grapple check athletics. With my new 20 strength.
Oh god, what have I done?
18.
And then I get to make a dex. 12 is not going to do it, so you pick up this wolf, and now you have a wolf weapon.
Bad dog.
You hear the wolf whimper a little bit. Does anybody else want to do anything, or should we roll initiative? Because I would consider that a surprise round.
I just cast Eldritch Blast on it from here.
Perfect. Give me. Oh my goodness.
And then I'll just slowly walk up.
18. You hit it. How much health did I give you? Okay, yeah. Which wolf were you going after?
I'm going
Whichever
over
one
the
he hit.
right one.
Okay. And then Quill, which one were you going after?
Whichever one he hit with the other wolf.
So then the right one.
When you have a second, can you drop the Quendar and the love tokens in on the map as well, please? Thank you.
See.
And then I will do my
initiative, that's right.
Inishitavos.
You just drag the character, the name onto the board.
Every time I try and do this. Oh no, now there's two of me.
Oh,
The one time it worked.
The one time it worked. Yeah, you
Now you're
you just
deleted.
go to that book
Got it.
page,
Good.
and yeah, you drag literally the name.
But it didn't work.
You'll say, "Hey, what are you doing? This is crazy," and then it just pops up.
Some craziness. Nonsense.
Crazy. Okay,
What
what's
do I
my
do?
initiative? 15. Let's go, baby. Picking up and hitting wolves with other wolves.
Okay, hang on. Let me get all my screens all set up.
Wait a second. In that book that you read, Quindar, there wasn't by chance wolves were the good guys, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go a bit more subtle approach. Can I get them to do me a...
I think that's everybody. Oh,
15.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Love, you are up first.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So one of them is grappled.
One of them is grappled and in the arms
Oh,
of Mordau.
Okay. And then the other one has just been Eldritch Blasted.
Oh no, the
Sure.
same one has been Eldritch Blasted.
Oh, the same one. Perfect.
Should I roll for that hit too? Yeah.
Yeah, roll for a
Okay,
hit.
D4 plus rage.
And it's against the one that you're grappling.
Oh, right. I should roll to see if I even hit.
I think.
What would that
Oh
just
yeah,
be?
you need to.
Strength? All right, 21.
You definitely hit.
So that's going to be 4 damage plus the...
Oh,
Yeah, so it's 4 damage total with
Okay.
a wolf. And I'm big mode now.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Okay. So I'm going to go to there. Right. 10, 15, 30. Okay. And then measure one more time just to make sure. You son of a bitch. Okay, fine. Fine, be 5 feet out of range for this one spell I've been wanting to do this whole time. But that's fine. Sacred Flam, please. So I'm going to Sacred Flame the one that is not currently grappled. So like
Okay.
a DC 13 dex save, please.
Okay. Nope.
Nope. Fantastic. And I would like 1d8 radiant damage. So that would be 5 radiant damage unto that wolf, please. And
Which is Diswolf?
is that one, yes. And with that, can I eyeball this tower
Mm-hmm.
to see? So there's no light up at the top, right?
Correct.
In terms of the cottage itself, is there any like? And feel free to tell me if this is too much for this like during combat kind of look. But I just want to eyeball it and see if there's any signs of like obvious light, sound, like the door's been opened and closed recently, mud or anything that's like tracks inside, something rangery in that regard.
Roll investigation.
Okay. A 19.
You can see that while the cottage appears pretty run down, there are some holes missing in the roof of it. There's moss growing on the roof, on the walls. You can see that there are definitive movement marks from the door being open and shut very recently. This dirt looks like it was disturbed in the past like 20 minutes.
Okay. With that information, I'm going to, in Elvish, say that out loud, and I know that Quill speaks Elvish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we had that moment earlier, I seem to recall. Gonna relay that information of, signs of life inside the cottage. Check your fire, I guess. And then that will be my turn. Thank you very much.
All right. I forgot that I was the DM for a second. Mordau, what would you like to do?
So, as a large character, Let's see. I'm looking at my carrying capacity as a strength 20. How much does this wolf weigh by chance?
Stand by. I will find out.
Usual wolves probably maybe be like 100 pounds or so. Giant wolves maybe a little bit more, 200 pounds.
The one that you're holding weighs about 200 pounds.
Okay. So
And
I'm
it's
large.
a boy wolf.
That's not going to matter much.
I know, but I thought it would be nice to tell you.
All right. What I want to do is I want to throw this wolf.
Okay.
As
Where would you
high,
like to throw?
as high as I can throw this wolf.
Oh. Okay.
Just because I mean, as a large character, what's large? Let's see. So I double for each size category. So I'm doing some mental math.
Okay.
How far I can throw this dog. Because easily I could throw him 20 feet, just not raging. But.
So would you be able to throw him 40 feet? Because you are raging?
I can throw him. Oh, here it is. Yeah.
Or 60 feet. Because you big raging.
Because I'm big raging. That's a good question. So large is times 2. So 15 times 20 is 300, 600. So I can throw 600 pounds easily 20 feet.
Oof.
Or I guess. No, I'd be able to throw him like 60 feet up in the air. Yeah.
Oof. That is a big oof. Okay. Is that what you want to do to this poor little doggo?
This wolf, yeah, he growled at me. I don't like it. I hit him with the other dog, and I was like, "Nope, that's not teaching him any lessons." I said, "Bad dog." Just throw him,
just yeet. Okay.
Yeet him straight up in the air, like
Okay.
gravity do the work.
Okay.
That'd be the action to throw, I think.
Yeah, I would think that would be a that would. Let's look up fall damage in 5e.
60 feet would be 66.
Yep. That's ouchies. Okay. I'm gonna say that this wolf gives a very startled yelp as it is thrown into the air. It did not know it could go into the air to touch the clouds. It is quite scared, and as it begins to descend, nothing is on the ground to break its fall.
I'm going to interject just so we don't harm it and say, Mordell, please, we need at least one of them to be alive, and I'm going to use my reaction and cast Better Fall on it. And it
Wait,
just
I'm not going to do it
descends.
to both of them. I'm just doing it to one.
Just the one.
But the
Mordau,
visual of a wolf going "Bert" in midair and slowly
Yeah.
going down is just too much to pass up. That is genius.
So what is Gwenar doing?
I'm going to use my reaction to cast Featherfall and just let it just descend slowly instead of plummeting, because we don't want to kill it.
Okay.
We don't need both of them.
Yeah, but it's back.
This
The
is the
wolf-
one that was growling at us. We have to assert dominance.
You picked it up and used it to beat its friend. You
Yeah, it growled at me. You gotta make an impression.
I don't think throwing
okay.
it in the air is going to help. It's just going to make it worse.
Mordau, you're closest to the door. I would like you to roll me a actually, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is, I think it's 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
all my intellect stuff is all just yeah, it's just base.
Hmm.
10, 10, 10, 11.
You hear a shuffling in the cottage, but you don't hear anything else. And the wolf just delicately lands on the ground looking very scared. Its ears are flat back, and its tail is now between its legs.
What all can I do with the bonus action?
I don't know, what can you do with bonus action?
I can just interact with stuff, right? Bonus actions to offhand attack, cast spell, use class feature.
You do
Let's
offhand
get-
attack if you have
I just wanna-
dual
You're right. If I have a second weapon.
weapon.
Okay. Never mind. I can't open the door. All right.
No, I think that takes a full action.
Uh-huh. And my turn.
Okay. Quill, what would you like to do?
Before the wolf falls completely, Mordau just threw it up in the air. So I yell, pull. And as it's now feather falling back to the ground, fucking that one.
Nat one does not do it.
No,
You-
at the moment that it's flying up and I've got its trajectory locked in, all of a sudden,
Yep.
feather fall, and it just stops in midair and a fire wave beneath it.
Yeah. Yep, it goes too long, and you can see that green bolt of light just peter out amongst the stars in the sky. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Mutter under my breath about who cocked this up.
All right. That is a free action. Our wolf friend, who is no longer grappled, is up next in order. Mordau, roll me a intimidation check real quick, please. Okay. The wolf that you grappled and then threw is scared, but not scared enough to not retaliate. So he is going to try and do a bite at you.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit your AC?
It does.
Vicious mockery. No, it doesn't.
Can you use vicious mockery as a reaction
Sorry,
like
no
that?
vicious mockery. It is
The ruby barbs.
cutting words.
Oh,
Cutting words. Okay. So that gives me disadvantage.
I reduce the attack by a number of dice. My bardic Inspiration.
Your bardic inspiration, yeah.
So it goes from 17 to.
So it does not hit. 14 does not hit me.
Perfect. The wolf lunges up to try and bite at you, but hears some kind of noise that it cannot quite comprehend, but it startles it just enough to miss its bite attack. And
Fleabag!
And it knows exactly what flee is, but it doesn't know the rest of those words, so it confuses it for just a moment. And falls down to the ground, and then continues to growl at Mordau.
I'm gonna throw this dog even higher next time.
Oh my god. Our other wolf friend, seeing the conflict, turns its attention from the door of the cottage and focuses on Mordau, and moves up to try and bite. And with a nat 1, somehow misses, tries to go for Mordau's shoe, and just ends up eating a literal mouthful of dirt instead. And it spits out the dirt, shakes its head, and then prepares its stance as if to attack on its next turn. And Gwendar, what would you like to do?
For my action,
Oh, I just realized I can
can I
throw
get
even
wolf
farther because
number
of my life.
1 to do me a wisdom saving throw?
Wolf number 1? Yes.
Yep.
Does a 6 do it?
Nope. And basically, I just glare at it and tell it sit with a commanding voice.
Perfect. As you do that, something just sparks in this dog's brain, and it whimpers, and it sits, and it hunches in like it knows it's in trouble, and its ears go flat against its head, and its tail wraps around its body as it waits for your next command.
Yep. So the spell. Give me a second. Let's see what the spell does. Yeah, that's what I was gonna. Instead of saying sit, I'll command it to halt. Same thing. That's one of the commands I can do. Just get it to sit.
I like sit. I think sit is very topical for a wolf. But sit and halt will probably have like the same kind of connotation to this.
Yep.
Perfect. Anything else you'd like to do on your?
Love if you want to do the honest now that it's not going to attack anyone. If you want to talk to him now, you can.
Oh, Love was pulling out her staff and like getting ready to cast Shillelagh and go and whoop ass. Go, talk, yeah, talk, yeah. That's it. That's what I'll do. Yeah. So good thing that transporting ourselves through the books counts as a long rest, because I going to cast Speak with Animals again.
Perfect. You can hear both of these wolves. Well, you can hear wolf number 2 growling in common now, and you can hear wolf number 1 whimpering in common.
Okay. Neither of them are grappled, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Love is still going to take out the quarterstaff and kind of use that as the focus to cast Speak with Animals, and then go, hey, you two, and kind of gesture with his stick. Be like, come on, get out of here. Go ahead, find your meal somewhere else. Not for you anymore. Come on. And try and persuade them to go
Roll
away.
Roll persuasion at advantage for me, please.
Avantage.
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 Glad I said persuasion.
Mm-hmm. With a 19, they do the wolf equivalent of what?
Sorry, that actually technically should be a dirty 20. That's my bad. I'm a Fey Wanderer Ranger, so I'm sorry. I thought I changed it earlier when I leveled up, but I didn't want to take all of my. I have this thing. Hang on, I'll post it. I just love talking about my class features, so I'm going to otherworldly glamour. So I get to add my wisdom mod to all of my charisma ability checks. So yeah.
Okay.
Right? That's what that says, right? Whenever you make a
I don't know how
charisma
to
check.
read.
Yeah, that's what that means, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. Regardless, I got a 19 for now, maybe a 20. There you go.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, you get to add the way I'm reading it is charisma and wisdom go into your charisma checks.
Awesome.
Perfect. So as you get a doggo, that is what they sound like. As you shake your shillelagh, your quarterstaff at these two wolves, they look at you and they kind of sniff the air towards you, kind of like judging your authority on the matter, and do like the wolf equivalent of like spitting on the ground in disgust, and then start to slowly walk away. And you can hear the wolves muttering to themselves about, I just wanted to, nope, I didn't want to move Mordau also. What do they know about finding a meal? It's easy for them to find a meal. They can eat anything. We're starving out here, and they act like it's nothing.
Can I throw my jar of fantasy peanut butter at them? Just like unscrew the top, be like, here you go, and just kind of chuck it. If they're complaining about eating, I feel bad.
Do you want to throw a jar at them, or do you want to communicate with them and ask if they want to go over to you and take some jar? Do you want wolf friends to go with your fat rat friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's the case, then yes, I'm gonna undo the jar and then go like, okay, if look, I get it. If you're hungry, I have some fantasy peanut butter. Are you interested? And just kind of waggle the jar like,
They sniff the air again and they go, what's a fantasy? And then they slowly instead start to walk towards you. And they sniff at the jar of peanut butter. And one of them takes kind of like a cautious lick. And then you hear the wolf turn to its mate and go, oh no, yeah, this is good.
yeah.
This is better than that scrawny fuck that we were chasing after. No, this is good. And the other one takes a lick, decides they like it, and then they just start eating the jar.
Cool. I'm gonna set the jar down and kind of scooch around them, and then to the other ones in wolfish go. There's a scrawny fuck in there, and then go, and then kind of recalibrate and go. There's a scrawny fuck in there. That's who they were trying to eat, and point at the thing at the cottage.
What would you guys like to do?
Whose turn is it?
Well, combat is effectively over unless one of you just wants to take pot shots at these wolves.
I pick up one of the wolves and throw him 120 feet up in the air.
Of course you do. Which wolf are you going after?
I forgot I have powerful build, so I carry one size up. So I wasn't calculating it right.
The wolf on the right is the one that you
I'm
had
gonna do it again.
previously picked up.
I'm gonna do it again.
Oh god. All right.
There's got to be a pecking order, guys.
Okay. Gotta roll a strength
Because-
check.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, 19. All right. Well, yeah, 19 does it. This wolf is
bit
now
me.
once again in your arms, and Love, you can hear that wolf go, "What the fuck?"
The dog bit me. It tasted blood. It's not okay.
I mean, oh, okay. I can't really argue with that, I guess.
You hear the wolf scream. Love, you hear it in common. Everybody else hears it in wolf.
All right, we're gonna need to everybody take a step back.
Well, at the same time, as the wolves are going over to Love, I'm sitting here going, Love, look out! Because I wanted to go on for my turn, move up to here, and thunder wave them.
Oh my god. Okay.
That wolf is still going up.
Yeah, it's still up in the air, but since that one's up in the air, I don't need to thunder wave the other one. So I'll just shoot it out of the air, and then let it fall 120 feet.
Okay. Roll. Okay. Yeah. A 19. A 19 definitely hits.
120 feet. That's perfect. That's a shot put right there.
We're gonna do 10 damage to
But
this.
also, how much damage is it gonna hit when it hits the ground?
12d6, I seem to remember. Quill, you hit the wolf, and it veers off course a little bit and starts to descend.
It's coming down real fast.
It's coming down real fast, and
It's coming down real fast.
it comes down real fast, and it hits the ground, and it dies.
I want to know how much damage.
Okay. Do you want to roll the 12d6,
Oh
or do you
yeah,
want me
I
to roll the 12?
will. I will. Okay. How do you do more? Oh, I got it. 36 damage.
Yeah, it's hella dead. Like it's not even a wolf anymore. It's just
Good to know.
blood.
Good to know what I can do.
It's just blood on the floor.
Well, it was a good experiment.
Uh-huh.
I pull out my is my chest back into being a regular chest now?
Oh, from a Lorelei story?
Mm-hmm.
Because you kept that on you.
Yep.
Roll a d20.
Okay.
Are you gonna put this wolf
8.
carcass in the
No,
chest? Okay.
it's completely unrelated.
Okay. Yeah, it
It's
turns back
a-
into a chest.
That's somehow not better if it's completely unrelated. That's somehow worse, Dan, and I don't know how it is, but it is.
What? I mean, the wolf is dead. They're no longer hunting people. It's fine. It bit me. It growled at me.
It
Yeah,
tried to
no,
bite
I
you, it
get it.
didn't bite you.
I totally understand. I completely understand. Got
You
it.
said it was chasing somebody that's in this place.
Yeah, there's
Next thing you know, it's
There's a
chasing
person
down
inside the
kids.
cottage.
yeah.
It's chasing down kids.
No, I agree. I'm
You
I'm
want
on
that on your hands?
No, I'm on everyone's side. I agree. It would be best if the wolves We're
Now
not
they
killing
understand they're hunting animals now. They're not going to be hunting us or coming up to people and getting jars of peanut butter. Magic
Right.
fantasy peanut butter.
The wolf is gonna use a dash action and just fucking run.
Yep.
And it's just
I
gonna
hope
it's just gonna
hope it
run off
spreads
the map.
word.
It's just gonna go up that way.
Either
That's
stick
only
to the
100 feet for it.
you either stick to the squirrels or you're gonna go flying. Quill, come on.
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, it hits for 4 damage.
All right, I
And
don't
the wolf
condone this love. I just hope,
yelps and then continues to run away.
And stay out!
And you are now out of combat.
All right, I bust this door down.
Kunda's
Okay.
going to be the sensible one of the group, and he's going to knock on the door and say, "Don't worry, you're safe now. They're gone."
Well, Mordau did say he was going to break down the door.
Don't worry, you're safe now. It's just us.
I'm still enraged. I gotta use this. This is
Just
free real
these
estate.
murderers.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Those are animals.
You're right. I'm sorry. Poachers.
Poachers, yes. They're hunters.
Okay. Perfect. So,
I wanted to play out that Maximus said, "Don't worry, you're safe now," and then I busted the door open.
all right.
Yeah, what he said.
Okay. So I'm gathering my thoughts. I'm sorry. All right. Quendar says, "Don't worry, you're safe now." And then the next thing these mysterious people know is that this front door is getting busted in, and this door was old and rotting wood, so it was fragile. So Mordau just effectively destroys it.
Just kick it.
You just kick it, and then inside of this small hut, you see these two people, and I just posted art of them in Discord. But you see a girl who looks about 18 years old with light blonde hair that is very jaggedly cut. She has pointed ears and has soft blue eyes. She's wearing typical medieval fantasy garb, a very long skirt, and then a bodice top with no chemise underneath. And then you see a scrawny fuck with dark brunette hair and milky gray eyes that seem to just be staring absently into the world. The scrawny fuck is huddled kind of off the side near some barrels, and this girl is actually holding a mace in 2 hands, and she looks very awkward with it, but you can see that mace is glowing ever so slightly. And she's standing there confused and scared, and she goes, "What?
It's alright, the
Who?
wolves are gone.
I
Put down
what?
the glowing mace, lady.
Huh?
We're here to help.
Who are you?"
We're census takers.
How did you find me?
The government always finds people wherever they are.
Sorry for my friend
You
there.
have a-
We managed to take care of those 2 things trying to come after him.
I know you didn't see it
Sorry,
because you were in here, but I threw a wolf very, very high.
Is that what that noise I heard was?
Might I introduce myself? I'm Kunda. That's Quill behind me. That's Mordau. Love.
Hi. And she kind of very nervously looks over to that boy and realizing that she's not going to get a response out of him from just looking at him, she goes, "Are they with you?" And this scrawny fuck goes, "No. No, I came out here alone. I don't who are who are what? You killed you threw that wolf? You killed what?"
I take it you guys are star-crossed lovers rendezvousing out here.
And the girl goes, "Whoa, no, what? No, no, there's no."
Mordell, we are far from fair Verona.
I don't know that story.
Yeah, but that definitely sounds like some star-crossed lovers level of denial coming from in there. It's okay, you can admit it. We're all friends here.
No, I just met him like 10 minutes ago, and then all of a sudden you four are in my house, and no one is supposed to know about this place.
Or you guys. No one's supposed to know about you guys. I mean, you're the one holding the glowing mace, defending you guys.
To protect myself because I live in isolation because there's a lot of scary things out in the world that I'm not supposed to interact with.
Is that glowing mace one of those things you're supposed to interact with?
No. Yes.
All right, so we're already breaking rules. So talking to strangers that saved you from some wolves is one more thing you can break.
I was breaking the rules when I let him in.
I mean, aside from being scrawny, he seems fine.
And scrawny fuck goes, "I'm blind, you asshole."
Oh, well, I mean, how was I supposed to know that? And also, just because you're blind doesn't mean that you can't have a good fitness regimen.
He stands up very clumsily, and you can see a very thin, like, rapier on his hip. And he goes, "I'll have you know that I have an excellent physical regime."
Yet you're letting this woman defend you from wolves.
I would have gotten to them had I not been injured.
Hey, I kicked the door down and you did not even reach for that rapier. You only take it whenever I'm insulting your character.
You see, he takes out the
Mordell, there's no
rapier.
need to body shame.
Okay, says the guy that mentally assaults people whenever they don't agree with them at parties.
Now, there's no evidence of that happening, okay? Which I think
I
is kind of
saw
the
it.
point, but
But you really
Yeah.
should sit down, Chicken Wing. You do not want to piss him off.
I mean, I'm not a scary guy. I'm pretty nice whenever people are trying to hurt me. But yeah, I did throw a wolf like 120 feet.
And you look like you weigh less than that wolf.
Not to say that I'm going to throw any more people. I don't feel like throwing any more people right now.
I will have you know, the scrawny fuck says, that I may not be able to beat you physically myself, but I can do worse things to you. Just
I
test
can
me.
literally kill you with words.
I'd like to see you try, he says, and then the
This
girl
is mockery.
stands between all of you and says, "Hold
Whoa,
on,
whoa,
please,
whoa, 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 whoa.
please, just oh god. This has been a very weird day already."
Is he still rolling for vicious mockery? No. 1 psychic damage.
What viciously mocking thing do you say to the scrawny fuck?
I just call him Chicken Wing again, but I just put enough force behind it just to give him that slight pain in his forehead.
Yeah, sure. You can't see, but how do you know you can't fly?
You see him wince in pain and then stumble forward and place a hand on this girl's shoulder to steady himself. And he has pulled out his rapier and he's like kind of like literally blindly just shaking it forward and saying, "I dare you. I dare all of you." And the girl taps the rapier down with her free hand and says, "Okay, let's just all take a moment and relax and figure out what to do from here. My name is Borealis, and this is Klaus." And Klaus says to Borealis, "Don't give them my name. You have no right." And she says, "Oh, shut up. They just saved us."
So, short version of this is you're not going to go in the woods looking at Borealis. We're not going to run off. We're not going to chase Chicken Wing. We're going to stay far away from other buildings and playing with fire. You're going to stay here, enjoy your life, and he's going to build you a new door.
What? What do
The
you?
blind guy's gonna build the new door?
No, you.
Klaus says, "Oh, good, because I don't know shit from ass with tools."
Alright, I'll go figure something out.
And Borealis goes, kind of stands up a little bit straighter and says, I promised Klaus that I would take him back home. I
Nope,
can't
we're
have
doing that.
visitors."
We're taking him home.
"You're taking him home."
He's either walking out of here or we take him in a body bag. His choice.
And Klaus huffs and says, "No, no, no. I refuse to let any of you escort me anywhere." And
I
Borealis says,
just sat here and gave you a headache with a word. Should I write you a strongly worded letter?
"You gave me a headache with 2 words. I can't see, but I can count."
Bollocks.
Can you count to 120?
"I can count far past 120.
Like
Ambulance
120
and
feet?
bollocks.
Not that I'm
And-
insinuating anything.
And Klaus winces again and holds his head and then kind of staggers back a little bit. He says, "Stop doing that."
Are you Quill? Oh wait, I'm still outside. I'm trying to find a giant boulder to roll into the front of the house.
There are several just
I'm
around.
out there, just like slapping myself, keeping myself in rage. Just
Oh.
come on, you gotta make this door. You gotta make it happen. Just picking up a giant boulder and just carrying it over.
Borealis says to Quill, "Will you excuse us for a moment, please?"
By the way, they were right. You're a thing.
Really
And I
about
back out of the
growth
way so that they can have their talk.
this time of year.
Are you, is anybody trying to listen in on this conversation?
100%.
Cool.
I'm not there.
Are you trying to do it stealthily? Are you leaving the room, or are you just standing there and listening to them?
I think while this whole bit of excessive animosity has been going on, Love has just kind of positioned herself in the corner of the room, not really like trying to hide, but just like banking on that,
Blended.
like they'll just forget that I'm here, and just has
Yep.
been completely motionless, standing there with her staff, just kind of eyeballs flicking back and forth in the dark.
Roll stealth at advantage for me, please.
Okay, social stealth.
Social stealth.
A 16.
I guess I should roll for perceptions. Well, I only have to roll for one perception because the other one is literally fucking blind.
Nice.
Yeah.
Could be Satoichi style and listen in real good. Although I'm not moving, so I would say like I'm not speaking. I'm out of combat. I would argue that I am chill.
Hashtag chill vibes.
Yes.
So Borealis knows that you're there, but doesn't say anything.
Cool.
Yeah. And she drops her voice though as she talks to Klaus, and she says, "Listen, they took care of those wolves, and I can't do what they do. So maybe it would be best if you stuck to our original agreement and you take those guys with you to get you back home, and I'll just stay here like I'm supposed to." And Klaus says, "No, Bore, no. I need you to come with me. I cannot explain it now, but I need you to come with me." And Borealis says, I don't, I'm not supposed to leave.
Could I insight Klaus specifically when he says I can't explain it now? I just kind of want to vibe check
Sure.
that whole thing. The green dice means it's a natural 20.
A green dice means you did good.
Right.
I will also let you know that you can see that Klaus reaches his hand up and takes Borealis's cheek in his in his hand, and like kind of like caresses her cheek with his thumb. But you can tell he is hiding something big from her.
He's not blind.
Can I tell how like the
Throw something at him.
Test his reflexes.
That's when you notice a boulder coming down from the ceiling.
Can I
just tell how how much of a threat this dude is? Like this thing that he's hiding. Can I see, is this like an innocuous thing, or it's like, oh, that's a cheeky thing for me to remember later, or is this like, oh snap, I found the big bad guy?
Physically, he's not a threat at all. Those wolves were right when they said that it was a scrawny fuck in there.
Got it.
He may have a rapier on him, but you can tell like he does not know how to use it. You would also notice from his clothing, even though he's wearing very like simple, plain clothing, it looks simultaneously too pristine and too dirty and fucked up by the road. But there was something in the way that he verbally threatened Quill and Mordau that rang a little bit of truth in there.
Can I also tell where Quendar is?
That's up to
Quendar. I'd be sitting on top of the roof just listening in on all of this.
Would I love that. Would I know where you are? Like, can I see you, or are you like hidden even from me?
You said there was a hole in the roof?
There's a few like small holes of like wear and tear. This is not a very well kept cottage.
Yeah, I'm sitting on top of the roof just listening in.
Roll stealth for me.
Stealth.
And then Connor, roll perception.
Okay.
Okay, I got a 9.
24.
So Love absolutely knows where Quindar is, and so does Borealis.
Okay. When they have like a pause in their little conversation happening and stuff, I'm gonna give like a polite little cough and go, I'll just be outside with my compatriots, and we should talk things over once you've had a moment to yourselves. And I'm gonna look up at Quendar and do like a this thing and like a this thing and like a that thing and like a that thing and like
He's
excessive
gonna give
hand
a thumbs up.
motions and then back out of the room. And then I'm gonna go around the cottage and kind of to the one of the corners and
Mhm.
kind of wait and see if you'd like to come and have a talksies real quick.
So Borealis and Klaus continue their conversation and their argument regarding a plan that they had made. Borealis's hesitancy to leave this lighthouse, and Klaus all but begging her that he needs her help and he needs her to help him get home again, and he will make it worth her while, and he promises that um he will make sure that no one knows about this place as long as she takes him home.
So Quendar,
Yes.
I know you were listening in on that. What's your read on that guy in there, on Klaus?
Best to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, I don't trust him, and I don't like him, and those are two separate things that I feel. Um, but I'm also kind of worried about this girl, not only in staying out here, but also in going with this guy. And I don't really know really what you do for a living and like who you are and stuff, but I can kind of get some context clues going on. And yeah, I was just wondering if you wanted to like keep an eye on that guy and like I don't know.
Must
Like I know the other two will just squash him flat in an instant, and I'm totally okay with that if the circumstances allow it. But I feel like you have a little bit more of like a gentler hand with that kind of thing, and I just wanted to see if we were kind of on the same page about you know protect the girl and possibly just eyeball that boy and see how he goes from there.
I'm on the same page as you.
Okay, cool. Should we get the others and see if we can kind of corral everyone together and come up with a plan?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And Love will go over and kind of gently wave down Mordau while not getting in the cone of rage that he has going on.
Door's fixed as I push a 1,200-pound boulder.
Hey,
doorway.
that's real great, buddy. That's fantastic. Listen, I kind of feel like we should let them out and probably escort them through the forest to get Klaus back to wherever he needs to go and kind of protect Borealis there. What do you
You
think?
told
What
me
are your
that
thoughts on
after I
that?
put the door down. So we
Yeah.
don't need the door.
I think the door is a great idea, but I think maybe we should let them out first, and they should like bring anything that they have to bring, and then we'll put the door back just to make sure nobody goes in.
Well, I mean, what's the whole point of the door if there's nothing that it's protecting?
Well, that way
Well,
nothing scary
you
gets
knew about
in.
this?
I mean,
This was the nicest boulder I could find. It's
I
a
think it's
really nice
gorgeous.
boulder.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I think it really ties the place together. In many ways, I think it's more structurally sound than the rest of the cottage. But But yeah, I think it's I think we might want to, maybe even like go inside the cottage, take a look-sees around ourselves, and then when we leave, we'll put the boulder back. What do you think?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I'm so sorry, Mordell.
It's
I don't-
okay.
I don't mean to be a bother. It's just if anything, it's
No,
a
it's
chance for you
fine.
to
This is a
finagle-
big boulder.
Yeah,
You know?
and you're the only one who can lift it, and now you get to do it, multiple
Oh,
times.
I've just been
just
pushing
once.
it. I'm not lifting any.
Oh, okay. I don't
Sometimes
I
I
don't
like
know
to
what to
push
do.
things. I don't like
Okay.
to lift things. It's fine. Yeah. I'll just move it.
Okay,
Put it back.
thanks.
Not an inconvenience at all.
Yeah, no, I feel like I
Do you need me
feel
to
like
throw anybody?
not yet.
All right, we'll put a pin in that. All right.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go. Everybody out.
I whisper a message to Mordau. We can throw Klaus off the cliff.
I just nod.
Only if I say so.
He messaged me. Whenever you message, do I get a response back?
You can. No.
You do.
But it's literally the sound of just me whispering,
Right.
and you hear it in your ear. So you have to be like very close to the person.
Say it.
to
A whisper
overhear it.
back.
Yeah.
I was pushing the boulder. Who's Klaus? Is he the scrawny guy?
I cast message again. Yeah, the scrawny guy.
Okay, the blind guy. Kind of weird. I mean, I can throw him wherever. He doesn't have to be a cliff, but yeah, I guess, I mean, I already kind of hit my limit today in terms of throwing a wolf 120 feet. But, I mean, if we can make it look cool, I guess we could throw him off a cliff. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Want it to be natural, All right, where are we going? Do you need a piggyback ride so you don't have to use that sword as a walking stick?
Klaus says, that is incredibly demeaning, and I may take you up on that at some point when my feet get too tired to walk. But no, I'm far capable of walking myself. I walked all the way here. I
know
can
you got
walk
chased by
all the way
wolves.
back.
It'll be faster
The-
this way.
The wolves
Pick
were an
him up.
unforeseen. Oh, and it gets picked up.
Put him on my shoulders.
You
I will
can see-
describe everything to you as we're going.
I don't need you to do that. This is quite demeaning. And Borealis kind of giggles behind her hand.
There's a tree. There's another tree. There's another tree. Squirrel.
I spy with my little eye something green. Before you all leave, Borealis speaks up and says, I'm sorry, if I could ask a favor of each of you before we do this.
Do you want to piggyback ride too?
I don't know what that is, and I don't think so, but thank you for asking.
You know what pigs here?
No, I don't. It's literally just been me in this tower. No, but when Klaus came here, I agreed to take him home, and he agreed to keep this location a secret. And I would like to ask all of you to do the same. I don't really have anything to pay you back for that kindness, but I'm sure I can find something in the lighthouse to repay you with.
Keep what place secret?
And she kind of gestures behind her to the lighthouse.
Borealis, you have been isolated too long and not long enough.
No, I was trying to make we're already
Oh,
out of mind. It's
oh,
a bit. You'll figure it out.
oh. Yeah. Well, with that, I
Klaus,
also
earmuffs.
would request my knowledge of me be kept a secret as well.
Who?
Oh, I see what you're. Okay, okay. You're funny. Thank
He's
you.
figuring it out.
I'm really
I,
not. I'm mean,
I.
and people think I'm joking.
Oh,
No, he's a nice guy. Pats him, pats him on the back.
I.
You just gotta get some alcohol in him.
Well, I've only met two other people in my life, so
Mom and
they're
Dad.
not so. No, not mom and dad. The doctors.
Well, that's even weirder. Anyway,
I mean, usually
Klaus,
people that
earmuffs.
are kids that grow up in isolated places, usually their parents aren't just dropping in and saying hi to them. Unless they're like cursed or something.
As far as I know, my mother's dead,
That's fair.
and I didn't have a father.
Same. Probably in the same boat.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I'm really sorry to hear that.
It's all right. Honestly,
I'm so happy.
would have preferred to just stick with those instead of the mean librarian wizard giant that I got, but we just got to deal with the cards that we're dealt.
You had a library?
Yeah, there's a lot of books.
Oh,
You got books?
I'd like to see that. I only had like 3 books in rotation for myself.
I only have one book really on me right now. It's not a very good book, honestly.
Mm.
I'm just saving it for something. Don't recommend it.
Mm.
I took it out of a child's section at a library.
I forgot you stole that.
Rented?
Forgot you rented it. Okay. Borealis says, "Thank you for your understanding. If everyone out there is like you all, maybe the doctors
They're
were
not.
wrong."
Probably not.
Oh, okay. The sentiment is ruined. Thank you for letting me down easy, though.
I mean, I knew Quill was gonna. I had to just double down. I knew Quill was gonna say that. We're realistic people, but don't worry. I mean, whatever those doctors said, screw them.
Simple fact of the world. Most people equal shit.
I mean, how qualified are these doctors anyway? They might have been just coming and saying mumbo jumbo.
Well, they raised me, and they seem quite knowledgeable from what I have gathered, but I don't have anything to really,
But
you
you only
know.
know 2 of them,
Like
and
I said,
everything you know came from them. So any new information they could ever tell you was always more than you knew. So of course they seem like they have all the answers. The good news is that when they said people are shit, they were right.
yeah.
It's
Sometimes you
sad,
gotta break
it's
the cycle
true.
of misinformation.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I got raised by an asshole librarian.
Now we're gonna get Klaus out of here. He's not gonna tell a soul, because we're gonna chuck him off the cliff. Sorry about
What?
that, Klaus. I guess it's time for you to know. And yeah, problems are all solved, Bob's uncle.
Don't worry, I'll let you know if we go by any cliffs. I'm not gonna throw you off it.
Your
Don't
class.
forget to take out your trash cans.
Thanks, Alexa.
Thanks, Alexa. I say I'm not gonna throw Klaus off.
You hear Klaus go, "What? What's happening?
Don't worry
Am
about
I
it,
in
bud.
danger?"
No, you're not in danger.
Not unless you betray us.
or if you're annoying, or if you don't use your turn signal, or if you talk during a movie.
What's a movie?
What's a movie?
Movie. When you see a play done with illusion magic, it's because it's moving.
Oh, are you talking about those plays that they do on the wizard orbs?
Yeah, them.
Klaus
Zephy always
just
watched weird stuff.
If you speak too loudly
Remember,
in the
he's blind.
library. If you mix
Oh,
plaids with solids.
shit.
If you wear socks with sandals.
I don't know what most of these things are.
That should either be in your favor or count against you. You
What's
won't
up?
know till it happens.
What's up with all these
I
people that we're meeting just not having good education systems around them?
It's absolutely atrocious.
It's
I
bad.
think it may just be in my best interest if I keep my mouth shut.
Fair enough.
Smartest
Alright.
thing you said.
Which way are we going?
Just round the corner.
Borealis goes, no, okay. Forest. Klaus came down the dark path through the forest. We should go there.
He's blind. All the paths are dark to him.
It's the dark forest to me.
And
Can I
it's
see?
important to make sure he keeps your secret. You know, little fear of God in him.
He can't see where I am, so I think that's kind of trustworthy, right?
Klaus, how many paces was it that you were walking through the woods before you decided to hear the howl of a wolf and then began running?
You think? Okay.
I
So
wasn't
you think it's trustworthy to put your guard down?
I wasn't counting my footsteps, but
Then how are you getting home?
I can say that I walked what felt straight to me for 2 days. I felt the sun and the cold of night twice each.
Which hand is dominant? Your right hand, your left hand?
My right hand.
Okay, so favoring your right leg, you would walk to the left more because you'd have pushed off harder with your right leg. You'd have made a left hand turn.
No, it's all about the
Based-
dominant leg.
Most people share the same dominant side.
I don't know,
Right
but
hand,
if
right
you're
leg.
basing that off of that, I mean, maybe she has a dominant leg that's different from the hand that she writes with.
I mean, you're entirely correct, but in general, right? More than 80% of the time, this is a thing. It works out. Trust me, Morel.
I walk behind her, I say, "Don't think about anything," and I just push her like very slightly. Don't push her, like shove her.
She catches herself with her left leg.
Okay, there we go. That's it.
But why'd you push her? We're talking about Klaus because he's the one who walked here.
Oh, that's right. All right, Klaus.
Klaus is still on your shoulder like a sack of potatoes.
Take him down. All right, Klaus, I'm gonna push you. Okay, are you ready? Oh wait, no, don't think about it. Push.
He stumbles and then falls onto his face.
Which leg did he stumble on first?
He stumbled with his right.
All right. You saw that, Quill?
See?
Pick
So,
him back up, brush him off, put him back on my shoulder.
2 days travel. Where's the position of the moon? So
Plus, you want
as
some snacks?
I step out to the side of the house and just look up, like what's the positioning of the moon?
Like, what time is it?
Yeah.
It's about
So I
10
know it would
o'clock.
be large, as it first rises, and it would get smaller as the more it comes up. It would travel through the southern sky, even smaller, until it gets to the western sky, and it gets almost as large as it would in the west. So I
So
can.
it's a full moon, and it is about 10 o'clock.
So, and if that's east, southeast. So that is north, and he's been walking wind distance. So
Time works differently in this area. I almost Mordau almost said boy.
Love actively starts clapping. Goes, good save, Mordau. I am proud. Well done, sir.
yeah, we don't know exactly the latitude of where we're at, but um, that should mean that puts him after 2 days walking in a circle. His village should be roughly 12 miles to the southwest of here.
Mordau wants to check if I know. Wait, what's all in that chest? Again.
Oh
He
god, I
wants
have to
to
pull up my notes now.
he wants to dump all the stuff that's important into his bag so it doesn't turn into paper again.
Okay. This was just all the stuff that Adelaide gave
Mm-hmm.
you, right? Okay. Let me.
As everybody's discussing stuff, I'm just like, you're this great. And also, I want to know that stuff that I drew,
Mm-hmm.
is it still paper?
I already forgot what you did. Um, what size paper did you draw those on? Just like normal
Like a
paper?
big parchment paper. I like looked at the treasure, how the treasure chest was like, because it was like normal size, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he was like, all right, mathed it out, found another piece of paper that was real big, and just drew this intricate piece, and then
Uh-huh.
also drew a mask that looked like it would fit on him.
Okay.
Uh,
Roll me a d20.
as he's going through all of his things ready.
It the paper is still paper with the items that you drew on it. But in the chest you find 500 gold pieces, an instrument of the bards, which is a DOS lute,
I think
star rose quartz.
Quill had that, right? Did we give that to Quill? Or you had a different
No, you gave me that.
Okay,
Okay.
maybe that.
I'll just read the things
Sorry,
that
yes, go on.
would have turned into paper. So it was 500 gold, a star rose quartz, and 10 other assorted gems.
Star rose quartz. And assorted gems.
Those items turned into their intended things.
Mm-hmm.
So you no longer have like origami pieces, you now have 500 gold pieces, star rose quartz, and 10 other assorted gems.
All right. I don't think we need the chest anymore. I just chunked the chest into the woods. You good?
As it kills another one of the wolves.
Wasn't even aimed for it.
Horrible. All right. Perfect. what do you guys do? Do you start to head out?
Do you guys think if we drew something on paper in here and we took it into the real world, it would turn into a real thing?
If we drew it, no.
I think we should
We
try.
origami something.
I look at the papers that didn't turn into anything. It's just a funny what if story we talk about scrawny guy.
Klaus
It's
is
just-
like, what real world are you?
We're doing it. It's an inside joke. You gotta be kind of part of the crew.
Oh,
If you want to understand the joke, then you have to get inside the chest.
No, the chest is gone. I threw it. That thing that whenever you heard me grunt and you heard that yelp, that was me throwing a giant chest, like real far.
Can I look at the surrounding forest
Mhm.
and get some kind of like a wilderness like vibe check, for lack of a better word? Like what kind of woods are we dealing with? Is this like haunted woods? Is this like photorealistic woods? Is this how like let me walk that back for a second. Starting from the outside edges, I want to see if there's like, is there a very clear delineation of like where the pages are, right? Or like where, like we were in the first story, how there was like a hard limit that people were still acting like it was, or a blurred limit, I guess. People were still acting like it was real, their perspective of real world. Do we have that kind of thing? Like, can I see like way out to sea, or where's the artistic
Yeah.
limitations and lines here, and then what does that tell me about the woods themselves and the path that we're going to take in terms of like preparation and stuff?
Yes, I won't even make you roll a check for that. You can see the way that the wolf went, which was further up coast.
Mhm.
After about 100 feet, it turns into the like fog of parchment. I called it something
Got it.
clever when you guys first encountered it, and I can't remember what it was, but it's going to be called the fog of parchment now.
Works for me.
Weehoo. About 100 feet up from where you guys are, you see the fog of parchment start. 100 feet down coast from where you guys are, you can see the fog of parchment. And then out into the sea, you can see about 2 miles just looking at it before it starts to fade.
Got it.
Looking into the forest, it all just it looks like normal forest. Everything in this world is exactly as you guys are.
Got it.
So it's like drawn in the same style kind of thing. Once you
Right.
step into the story, it is real life for you
Got it.
and for everybody else in the story.
And I have two more questions about all
Okay.
this. Okay. One, what season or environmental change hath befallen on me due to my
Oh, your Fey Wanderer.
Fey Wanderer gift? Yeah.
It is summer.
Okay. Cool. Then Love's hair has like a lemonade blonde like wave to it. And I think if you're cool with it, I think there's also like summer-esque flowers that just kind of like pop up in the seams of her cloak a little bit, of like a daisy or a poppy or just like innocuous things that are kind of there, and then as she moves they just kind of float away.
Poppies will make them sleepy.
Exactly. And then the other side of that is this is all kind of thrown or shown off because Love undoes her cloak's hood and shakes out her hair and kind of loosens up and then shifts it back. She's going to pick up a rock, and this is the second thing I'd like to do. I'm going to pick up a rock, I'm going to cast light on it, and then I want to heft it up and down a couple of times, and then hit it with my quarterstaff like a baseball and knock
Mhm.
it into the forest and see what it shows or does, just to see if there's any kind of like, big bad scary things that are lurking just outside our ability to see or whatever.
Roll athletics.
Athletics, I don't think I'm good at
Mhm.
that.
I could have thrown that for you.
Love
And the
remembers that as she does the crack and goes, "Ah, damn it! I just stepped on someone's toes."
and the flowers that pop up on your cloak are echinaceas, lavender, hibiscus, and marigolds.
Messing with the echinacea?
What?
That's a Weezer quote. You're fine. Carry on.
You get disadvantage.
Okay.
Just kidding, you don't.
Ooh, lavender.
It's very calming. You feel very at peace. For your athletics, with a
Which was a
13,
13.
it goes a good distance into the woods. The path is established enough that there isn't a whole lot to kind of like bounce off and fuck up your trajectory.
Mhm.
Just looks like normal woods. There's trees that have not been really messed with for thousands of years from what you can see from here. There are bushes lining the path every once in a while filled with berries that have not really been plucked at. There are some footprints and indentations, but without going into the woods, you would not be able to know what they fully were, or who put them there, or how long they've been there for.
Got it. Cool. Then Love re-straightens the cloak and gets things tightened up and is ready to go when the party is.
What's your nature roll about, Quill?
The idea that if there were berries here
Mhm.
in the summertime,
Mhm.
that would mean that either these berries are poisonous or that there are no bears.
Mhm.
I rolled a
With
1.
your nature roll, the berries look like blueberries, and they look like
Delicious.
they're fat, they're ripe, and they're juicy, and they're ready to be eaten.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got it. And I just eat some of the berries.
Oh, fuck. Margo, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Quill, as soon as these berries hit your tongue, you know that there's something off about them. They are far too bitter. They're juicy, but it's the wrong kind of juice. And you spit them out effectively. Mordau, you think that these berries are gross, but food is food. You've probably had worse.
Well, said they were fine.
Yeah. And you you eat them and you swallow them, and we're gonna save that consequence for a little bit later. Is there anything else people would like to do?
Bad dice rolls sometimes make great roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
We were just walking.
We're just walking. Okay. As you guys enter the forest, you notice that your party is short by one person. And if you look back, you see Borealis standing at the edge of the forest line, cautiously looking inside. and then looking back at the lighthouse.
Never walked this far.
No, I haven't. When I was a kid, I got told that if I went too far, something bad would happen.
Yeah, it might just be fairy tale stories that they told you. Can't believe everything that people tell you.
That's how I've been thinking lately too. And she takes a step into the forest and joins your party again. And you all start walking.
I almost did a bit, but I didn't want to make her feel.
Now do a bit.
I would have been like, "Oh no, what's happening to me?"
Actually, Morda, you know, that's real funny because you ate them berries.
Immediately,
And-
as he takes a step, my stomach starts growling.
You get food poisoning.
Oh, what did you do to me? Take a step back. Take a step back. Maybe I'll fix it.
It does not fix it.
Oh,
It does not. Let's see. So food poisoning is just going to have the same effects as regular poisoned, which is you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. I'm going to say for the next 12 hours in game.
that's fine.
All right. You guys get to walking.
I have one question.
I have an answer.
Why are you following us? You were supposed to stay at the lighthouse.
She wanted to make sure. She promised the guy he'll get him home. And I moved the boulder.
Yeah.
She couldn't move the
Windows
boulder.
vision. She's supposed to stay home, not go into the forest, not go into the next town.
I don't want to just sit idly by. I've been doing that for the past 18 years.
And we don't want to sit here and have to commit arson so that you don't have to.
Hey, I mean, we've already did regicide. What's the worst that arson's gonna be on that list?
When Mordau says regicide, Klaus tenses up in his arms over his
Whoa.
shoulder.
Don't worry about it.
And
we crossed that off the list. We don't do do-overs around here.
It's not like you're a noble or anything, right, Klaus?
Right, yeah.
he clears his throat and just doesn't say anything. And anyway,
Is there something you're
Borealis.
not telling us, Klaus?
Klaus is sticking firmly to his, if I don't talk, I don't get thrown over a cliff. Borealis looks at Quill when he says arson and says, "What do you mean? Are you
Funny thing
fortune
about
tellers or
prophecies.
something?"
No, we receive prophecies. We don't give them. The more you know about one, the more it becomes a self-fulfilling one. Go home.
Well, I
No.
mean, we're already pretty far out. Plus, let the lady do what she wants. Doctors were telling her how to live her life. We don't want to be like a doctor.
I'm not supposed to kill you. I can still kill him, though.
We're not killing anybody that doesn't deserve it.
I don't think you'd kill either of us. We have nothing to. God damn it.
Quill, stop!
We don't have anything on us that would be valuable to you if you're highwaymen or any ragamuffins or anything like that. Rapscallions, even.
I don't want anything. Not from you.
Love is going to put her hands up in a chill the fuck out kind of gesture to everyone. Be like, look, okay, here's the thing, and point an accusatory finger at Borealis, right? For you, yeah, our main goal here is to get you on the path to your story, okay? I know it's confusing verbiage, but trust me, it'll all become clear later, all right? We're here to help you and him, and that helps us, and that's what we all have to gain here, okay? So I know it's a little mysterious and kind of, serendipitous that we show up right when you two are about to become Wolf Chow, but look, we're here to help, okay? And really what it comes down to is you can try to lead Klaus down this path by yourselves, and I'm sure you'd do great at it. But since we're here, we might as well all travel together and then turn over to Quill. And if she wants to come with us because that's the direction that she's going in, then it's all in our best interest to help her along the way. I think she's got the glowing mace. Seems like she's pretty well behaved or prepared, right?
I second
Right?
that.
And then point up at Klaus, and we now have a thing or a person to make sure stays well behaved on this journey, and now we can all benefit from this in a way to close the book in a way, and like just heavy like eyeball blink trying to wink, like help me out here please kind of motions.
I already said I second it.
Oh, thank you, Mordau.
Fine, love. You babysit her. Mordau, you babysit him. Gwenda, wherever you are hiding in the trees looking for windows to wash, you kill whichever one of them needs to kill at the
There's
time.
no windows out here.
I imagine he's very bored moving from tree to tree then.
He's sneaky. Is he even here?
I tap more down on the shoulder. Yeah, I'm right behind the door.
Thought you were that wolf. Oh,
Klaus
You can cast
startles,
feather-
and he's like,
Why
wolf is
should
back.
I do it, Klaus?
I would summon a
if
horse,
I'm-
but it can't carry everybody.
Ben, if I may, my passive perception, do I see anything in particular that we should be looking out for? How
In
you want
the
me to
woods?
do? Do you want me to do a perception check to just make sure we're not being followed?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me perception.
Just make a normal roll. 13.
13. Okay. And you have dark vision, right?
Yep. Of
Perfect.
120 feet.
Swag. You don't see anything dangerous. You can see about 100 feet away, tucked away, and under like a tree. You can see a deer asleep, but there's nothing following you. The wolf from earlier is long gone. The forest is quiet this evening. And I
just
will also
realized-
say that you notice that the footprints in the dirt, there is a fresher set of running, stumbling soled feet prints, and 2 sets of 4 paw prints running after in a more sure, steady pattern.
I'll point that out to the rest of the group.
I just realized you had said that I have 7 patches, but I only got 6. Is it okay if I roll a D100 for the last one? Or I think you said I have 8. No, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or
You have a wooden ladder,
Mhm.
2 mastiffs,
3.
which count as 1 riding horse with saddlebags, a window, an iron door. Yes, that's 6. Yeah, go ahead and roll a D100 for your other item. My sincerest of bees.
You're fine. A spell scroll.
Ooh, containing 1 spell of 1st to 3rd level.
Murda does not say anything to anybody. He's going to cast a spell later. You could just tell me what that spell is.
Oh, I get to choose. Ooh, excited. Okay. As you all continue on, there isn't really anything exciting that happens. After a good few hours, Borealis kind of starts to slow down, and is breathing a little bit heavier. You're honestly a little surprised that she made it this far without getting tuckered out.
Don't worry, I got you. I put her on my other shoulder.
And she kind of like yelps in surprise and then settles in. Are you carrying her like a sack of potatoes, or are you letting her like sit on your shoulder?
One person sitting on each shoulder. I can carry 600 pounds.
Perfect. I like to think that Klaus is the undignified, like draped over like a sack of potatoes, and then Borealis is like actually sitting on your shoulder.
I had him like one leg over, draped over, like he was sitting on my shoulders. But once I saw him, I was like, "Oh, you gotta scoot over," and I just moved him over like a sack of potatoes.
He goes, "What the fuck are you doing, huh?"
All right, sorry, we're picking up somebody else.
Borealis kind of like awkwardly wraps her arm around your neck to kind of steady herself, and she says thank you. And you all continue on again. Do you want to stop and make camp at any time in these woods, or do you just want to keep trying to walk as much as you can?
I mean, aside from having food poisoning, I'm fine.
Has the moon changed position while we've been walking? Yeah. Okay.
Over the course of a few hours.
I mean, I'll ask Klaus. Hey, how long were you in these woods for? Like, how far of a journey are we looking here? You know, are we like almost there? Do we want to stop for a short break? What you thinking about there, fearless leader?
Klaus kind of grumbles and says, "As I told you before, I was walking for 2 days."
Ah.
2 days and 2 nights.
Did you make camp anywhere in particular? Did you have like a little lodge or cabin or?
He looks blindly forward and just sat down somewhere. I think there was like a log, but then I just kept walking.
What all did you hear? Water running.
No,
You hear
I heard the sounds of the forest, and I heard wolves right before I found Bore's lighthouse, I guess. And that's when I heard the sounds of the ocean too, so I knew I was on the right track. But I just heard birds and other animals and the wind.
maybe we can have we checked to see if we can well, I mean we've seen footprints. I guess we just follow the footprints.
Yeah, roll nature. I will say either nature or investigation.
I don't think I'm good at either of them. And I roll with the disadvantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bardic inspiration.
Bardic inspiration.
Well, let's do nature.
Oh, actually,
With a bardic inspiration.
bardic inspiration.
Is that D6?
Yes, it is.
Seven.
Wait, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're the one that bet on this horse. I had bad food poisoning, okay? I don't know what it was a curse.
Ah, fuck. What's the Healy spell that allows you that cures poison?
Lesser restoration.
Lesser restoration? That's stupid. Oh no, it's right there. Okay.
Cure disease.
Actually, cure disease. Mordau, when you picked up Borealis and put her on your shoulder, when she steadied herself, she touched your shoulder, and you feel the effects of the food poisoning leave you. So you were no longer poisoned.
Oh, that's nice.
Mhm.
So 10.
Connor put in our private chat, power word kill will cure poison. And
True.
I'm going to stitch that on a pillow.
Am I
Not wrong.
wrong? Are you
Not
gonna tell me
wrong.
I'm wrong, bro?
You're
Yeah,
you're
no.
not wrong. She came
Not wrong.
down in a bubble.
Disintegration will
crown
also
and she came
cure
down in a
most
bubble.
diseases.
Yeah, it's great. Cauterize it. Cauterize the whole,
Or
existence.
banishment.
Banishment. That's a good one. Banish the poison back to its dimension of poison. I like this. This is good.
Klaus, you said you smelled the ocean and knew you were on the right path.
Yeah.
That means you were headed to Borealis's house already. You didn't just stumble on there when you got chased by the wolves. Now, she's not a bad-looking lass.
I
What's
wouldn't be able to
blind
tell you.
lad? Exactly. You're a blind lad. And if you wanted to just fondle a barmaid, you could do that back home. I'm sure one of the girls would give you a pity toss. So, why'd you go so far out of your way? 2 days and 2 nights. Certainly wasn't to see the sunrise, was it? Why'd you go to that house?
Borealis is tensing up a little bit on Mordau's shoulder as you ask Klaus this. And he starts to look angry. And then he remembers that you all can see his face, and he puts his face back into a more neutral countenance. And he says, I don't quite like you, he says.
They're calling you out?
But I recognize that you are helping me, and so I will be truthful to you.
Oh, that's smart, because your other option was death.
I have been blind my entire life. And I heard rumors of something that was tucked away where no one else could find it that could cure my blindness. So I bartered and got a map that I could read, and I set out to try and find that cure. But I didn't know that it was going to be Bore. I thought it was just going to be a flower in a cave or something.
You wanted this that bad. Tell me. Because we've traveled continents and worlds you can't believe. What are the gods here in your world?
In the sense of your state of being, of your environment, since you've been very sheltered in that aspect of your existence.
I was not. Oh, it's so difficult to lie. I'm not a peasant, Klaus says. I'm the king of this area, of this kingdom. And
Love just puts both her hands up. Called it!
You're getting chased by wolves?
it doesn't do me much help to be blind as I'm trying to run a kingdom. And I have advisors who can help me, and they have helped me certainly over the years, but I wanted to see. I wanted to see my kingdom with my own two eyes, and I wanted to see the people that I led and governed.
That's
And
fair.
so when I heard a rumor about a way that could cure my blindness for good, that wasn't just snake oil, I leapt at the chance. I'm sure you can assume, you can imagine just how many charlatans will come to my door offering to cure my blindness, and I receive nothing in return.
Oh, I understand that entirely. I do. Lies, deception, trickery, and deceit are my stock in trade.
Just because you're
What does it
blind. Oh, sorry. Go on. Cool.
What does it tell you when a dishonest man tells you that he's dishonest? Got nothing to hide and nothing to lose. So, with you being the king, you've had advisors telling you not to go into the woods, not to go off on a wild goose chase. You've had the opportunity to hire cutthroats and brigands, mercenaries, and all other sorts. You didn't, okay? But you could have had the captain of your guard, hand-picked officers, and walk you there. Hell, you could have had 'em bloody carry you. Going on your own, more than half stupid. Hear me? Going yourself, noble. Going alone, more than half stupid.
Oh, if I didn't know any better, it
Everybody,
sounded like you were about to give me a compliment there.
almost, but I won't.
Just because you're blind doesn't mean you can't see your people. It seems like you kind of went on a selfish tangent and that got you chased down by wolves.
I know
Maybe
that
if
I'm
you,
an easy meal. Oh, go ahead.
well, yeah, I mean, usually fleshy people are easy meals for wolves unless you can throw them 120 feet up in the air. But, or whispered things about fleas and stuff into their minds. But the thing is, just because, yeah, sure, you're blind doesn't mean that you're anything less than the king. So you don't need to be going stumbling trying to find a quick and easy way, which any kind of deal that you're going to make that's going to give you something, usually transactional wise, you don't, especially as the king, you don't want to have to owe somebody something. Um, so I mean, as long as you're running your kingdom right and everybody's happy and nothing is wrong, I think that is kind of the thing that you should be able to sacrifice is, yeah, I might not be able to see with my eyes, but I can see with my heart.
I felt like less of a man. And I think that my kingdom deserves a full man to be king.
I mean, you can do push-ups blind. You're scrawny. You're looking for the easy way out.
You
The
said you got a
cure,
map that you could read.
Being a king means you do the hard route every time. There's no easy routes for kings. Next thing
You
you know,
found a
you're trying to next thing you know, you're trying to marry inside the bloodline because it's easier than trying to figure out who's the next available bachelorette. And then
Puffs goes, ew, gross. Who would do that?
I know, right? People without heads.
Mm.
Yeah.
and without the foreskin.
Oh yeah. That
Ah,
gets cut first.
ah.
That being said, we get you back to your place, but why? What made you come out to the woods thinking that was going to make a deal happen? Who are you coming to make a deal with? You
I
heard these
wasn't
stories.
I wasn't coming to make a deal with anyone. I There is a fairy tale that my nursemaid told me when I was very young, and I found documentation that led me to believe that it was true and that there was a magical cure. And I knew that if I had brought this up to my advisors and said, "Oh, hey, I remember hearing a fairy tale when I was a child, and it said that if I got this magical flower or this plant or this whatever, that it would cure all of my problems. Let's go find it. Let's go use taxpayer money to go and find it." I would be thrown into a room and locked up with the rats. And they would call me mad and crazy. And I couldn't let that happen.
Are you planning on taking this woman's eyes?
No! Gross! How could you think that?
Desperate people do desperate things.
No, it's not. It wasn't the eyes in the fairy tale. The fairy tale specifically said that there is a flowering plant that, when consumed, could cure any ailment.
Wait. You heard a fairy tale about something flowering, and then you had to take it. Ori, I'm going to ask you a very uncomfortable question. Have you been with a man?
I said
Or-
uncomfortable.
Borealis turns bright red and says, no!
No. Okay. No, it's fine. No, nothing wrong with that. You're a good girl. So, Your Majesty, what do you do when you find out what you have to do to get your sight back?
Does
What do
anybody
you know
have
about
lesser restoration?
What do you know about Faye? Sporting.
Are you asking
Would
Klaus
love
or
to tell-
Borealis?
No, Klaus.
Hmm.
Because I'm sure that Love could tell you all number of stories from the time they spent in Faye.
Klaus. This is interesting.
So, you felt like you weren't man enough. You weren't enough of a man to be the king you wanted to be. And all you gotta do is hurt one person. Just one. You'll never do it again. You didn't want me the first time.
Klaus looks angry again and says, How dare you think
How dare you?
How dare you think that I could be that much of a monster? I know we've only met this one time, but I assure you, once I found out that Bore was this fairy tale's end, I wasn't going to do anything. All I wanted was an escort home, and then I was going to be fine with my blindness here on out.
Oh no.
I'm not a monster.
She had to come with you. She just had to trust you. I can't tell you what it is.
Borealis
I've killed
speaks
kings
up.
for less.
Borealis speaks up from Mordau's shoulder and says, My blood can cure. The doctors in the lighthouse would come to me every few weeks and would take some of my blood
No shit.
because it can cure. And they were looking for medicine.
That wasn't a lighthouse. It was a farm.
No, it was a lighthouse. Nobody's used it in
Well,
years.
yeah. No, I mean like they were using you to get blood, farm your blood. Wait, when's the last time they came?
5 days ago,
They come pretty frequently.
every few weeks. Once I became older, it seems like maybe a few 10-day.
What was their names?
Yeah,
I
very
only knew
good
them.
question, Mordow.
I only knew them as the doctors.
Hmm.
It's a man and a woman, and they wore cloaks and masks because they said that there was a disease that was airborne,
Hmm.
and I was safe in the lighthouse,
They didn't want
and
you
that
running away.
the sea air would be purifying.
Hmm.
But they wore those masks to keep themselves safe and to keep me safe.
You see any symbols on them or anything?
What do you mean?
Like, I mean, if they were doctors, usually doctors are part of like guilds or things like that. Sometimes they have like a certain patron that's supporting their research.
A symbol of a deity, a symbol of some form of higher education, some sort of symbol that acknowledges their guild.
No.
I ask Klaus, I was like, any miracles happen around town lately?
Not that I've heard, not that I've seen. If there was any type of indication of a magical cure, my advisors would have brought it to me, but there's been nothing.
What about your other neighboring kingdoms? What
Their
news?
wealth is depleting, their kingdoms are suffering, they're going to war.
I
Nothing
think
magical.
Oh, you'd be surprised. They're going to war, and they're broke. And all of a sudden, miracle cure appears. Send out spiders. Learn everything you can.
You said your name is Quill, correct?
No, that's just what people call me.
Well,
Name's too hard to pronounce.
regardless, how would you like a job? You don't
I don't
like
do
me.
long term. Doesn't matter. If you've got good coin.
I have all the coin.
Well, one thing, that's the thing about me, is I'm a dishonest man. I'll never lie to you. I'm going to tell you the truth you don't like. Even the truth about you.
And that's why I would appreciate having you on my board of advisors.
Oh, I'm not going to advise you. I'm going to learn things.
but we do take coin up front.
Mm.
If you get me back home to my castle, I will give you more gold than you know what to do with.
Like
I'll
enough
give you
gold that you can
titles, I'll
swim
give you
in.
land.
Already got title.
Yeah. When you're a king killer, you really don't have too many more titles that you need. It really puts the credit in things.
I was just talking about that we're knighted.
I mean, that too. King killer, queen namer, yeah, all that fancy stuff.
I'll make you a lord.
Any of you, love, does that interest you? Being a fancy lady of things? Here
Meh.
in, yeah.
I mean,
that's
I'm
not,
I'm
that's not
kind
even
of
a
in this
fake
for like
one. That's,
one particular direction, and so
Yeah,
I'm mostly just interested in getting these two down the road. Know what I mean? But thank
yeah.
you,
Property.
Your
but
Highness. I appreciate the offer.
the right road.
Property is theft, so I don't want to be a lord either.
See,
I
that's
can
the
give
thing,
you
Your Highness.
livestock.
That's the thing. We'll take money because it helps us do what we need to do. That's it. We don't need fancy titles. We can't be bought.
Yeah, we just need to
Got
take
our own
stuff
ideals.
that
Our own principles.
we travel a lot, so we prefer something that's universally accepted in other places.
I'll give you all the coin you could ever need from any nation besides my own to help fund your travels.
You use regular gold, right? It's not like some gold that has your face stamped on it that says this country's name on it. It's gold.
I call those my
Right.
good boy tokens, and I only go to
No.
those out to my advisors to pick from the treasure chest on Thursdays.
Thursdays?
Thursdays.
So,
What day is it? Looks at
Sorry.
moon.
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Ori, would you be willing to heal this king?
Might I interject?
Come on, Quindar. It's about time you showed up and hiding in the bloody trees.
Quinner picks his
I've been
dice.
here. I've just been listening, writing it down in my notepad. So I assume she is to do with being able to cure
Mhm.
you somehow by some
Yes.
magical means.
She fixed my stomach ache.
It doesn't always involve my blood. I can use
Because
magic.
I am sort of, and I'm thinking I've figured out somewhat a bit like what the two plots put together is that she's some sort of Rapunzel sort of thing.
Lighthouse, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
What's a Rapunzel?
nothing you need to
In,
worry
in
about.
our
I'm just
world, there's a story. It's about a girl locked in a tower. You
What do you
had your
by
lighthouse.
by a evil stepmother that used her gifts
Yeah.
to
Like a farm.
stay youthful like forever, and I mean like centuries old, and never let her out,
Yeah.
so to speak.
What?
I say we just hedge our bets, fix this king. Doesn't work out. We put another king on the tally.
Or a divine queen, whatever.
I mean, all you've got to do is find a changeling and then just do the old switcheroo again.
If we do that again, I mean, that's one of those things that lightning only strikes the same place so many times.
Connor, are you still there or are you frozen?
My camera says it's frozen, but I'm still here,
Okay.
listening and cheering on from the muted standpoint.
Borealis says, I would be open to curing him in whatever ways I need to. But we're still too close to my home. So I would prefer we get him to where he needs to go, and then I can cure him, and then I can leave.
And when she leaves, You're going to give her 6 good horses, a carriage, a driver, and her weight in gold.
Well, I'd rather not a driver, because then they would find out where I live, and then I don't want that to happen.
Fair enough.
I
Fair
also
enough.
wouldn't know how to take care of the horses.
Do you trust that we're not going to tell everybody where you are?
I
We'll
don't
see
know
you get
yet.
to where you need to go. We'll do our best to see you off to wherever you want to be.
All
But,
right.
Your Majesty, she goes wherever she wants when she fixes you. And her weight in gold.
Of course.
All right, love. Here, take these rocks, put them down your bosom. These others put in your pockets.
I can't. What? Wouldn't that weigh down Mordau too much?
No, he's fine. But it weighs you down for your weight in gold. That's fair, right, Your Majesty?
Klaus says, I will repay Bore in whatever way fits best. I'll pay her in 5 times her weight in gold.
See,
Matters not to me.
I knew you could work things out. So, I guess we keep bumbling along.
Yes, I would like that very much. Thank you.
DM,
Yes.
out of character question,
Mhm.
since we all had a long rest
Mhm.
just before we came into the story, we've only been traveling for a few hours.
Mhm.
We're all well rested.
Yeah.
So we can keep going through the night
Mhm.
before we even attempt to worry about levels of exhaustion.
Mhm.
So would everybody else agree that we should just keep going, be on guard, and just keep doing it?
I'm fine with that.
Love's suggestion was going to be let's go until dawn, and then we can rest for a few hours at the beginning of the day and then pick it up again as the day goes on. That way we're moving, we make camp in the light
Right.
and then we
Mm-hmm.
move forward also in the light.
Mhm.
Fair.
Awesome. Well, with all that decided, that seems like it's a pretty decent spot for us to call session for this evening. Is there any last minute things anybody would like to do?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. Well then, thank you all for joining us on this session of Between the Pros. We play every other Sunday, starting at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, let's tell folks where they can find us. What do you think? Let's start with Connor.
Hey, that's me. My camera is still frozen, but that's okay. Hi, I'm Connor. I've been playing Love, the Fey Wanderer Tiefling Ranger. You can find me on Vibe Tribe, and some of our season 3 games. You can find me in Gaia Chronicles, where I play Cypress, the Harengon Apothecary, and also in El Juego, where I play Sinisa, the uh what is she? She's an investigator. That's right, because it's a Pathfinder 2e game, and I know what Pathfinder is. And you can also find me here for Between the Pros. You can also find me in some of our Season 2 games, like A Walk Among Gods, and Neon Memories, and Duskvale. And I think that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Somebody else go.
Hello, this is Eric. I'm playing Quill. I run the game of Gaia Chronicles on every other Monday here on Vibe Tribe. Yeah, you can find me across all social media at Dungeon Master Eric. You can find out what other games I'm running on other channels and everything else. Just send me a message on any social media, except Snapchat. You can find me across Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Grinder. I was
You
expecting an
redid
actual.
the grinder joke.
I was expecting a solid laugh on that one.
I was muted, but you got one from me.
I made a.
Dan looks pained.
I took a visual like.
But yeah, come check us out. And as well, I keep playing Quill, the half elven lore bard who is a complete asshole. But the point is that he's an investigator, and he finds things out. It's what he does. So, thank you.
Someone else.
Hi, I am Maximus playing Kunda. Yet to figure out what book we are currently in. Do find me at cosmic_pen2god on all social medias, including Insta. Thank you.
Dan, I play Mordau, the Goliath Barbarian. You can also find me on Gaia Chronicles every other Monday as Norm Allman, normal human artificer, who I also have a lot of fun with. And yeah, just loving it, throwing things, smashing things. Apparently going to have a spell that I'm just not going to tell anybody what it is until I use it. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it secrets. I like to keep my own secrets. I want a patch that just says like, in case of tear in case of emergency.
The glass.
Oh God.
I mean, I can already summon dogs and horses. In my head, I was like, I almost wanted to summon a dog. But also, I'm going to use most of my items as I want to make a whole thing where I'm a wrestler and use all the patches as a door. Like, I almost pulled a door patch out, but I was like, no, I'm just going to go find a boulder. I was going to put the door on the building.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I got all the great WWE items to pull out from nowhere and use as weapons.
I will let that happen. I will let it happen. My name is Finn. I've been your dungeon deity for this adventure. You can find me on Gaia Chronicles every other Monday, where I play Penelope Land, who is a summoner who I forgot to say that the last time we played, so their class is still a mystery. And I am nowhere else on Vibe Tribe, unfortunately, for this season. But join us again in 2 weeks, or join us on our other Vibe Tribe Productions projects. and we all hope that you guys have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's going to happen next time? Well, you're going to have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.